Is there anybody in here? It says for watching, but I don't see any chat. I don't see any chat. What the crap? Refresh. You're refreshing so fresh. There we go. Amanda, keeping it Dutch. Dutch. Heather, Lonely Prepper, Dave Jeffries, Anita, keeping it Dutch. What's up, y'all? I can see the chat box now. I can see the chat box now. Had to refresh. Woo! Oh, we see you. We see you. I see you too. Well, I see you in the chat box. In my chat box, we talk. Hey, Crayon Eater. Hey, Pooper Scooper. What's up, Mark? RSJ, Texas. Howdy from Texas, y'all. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to come on in. Man, it has been a hectic day today around here. Let me tell you what. Deer season started like last weekend, and I ain't been yet. Gonna try to go this weekend, so hopefully, knock on wood. Knock on wood, Daddy gonna get to go. Then I'm gonna be like, Cupid, draw back your bow. Casey Phillips, Dr. Purple. So, Leah Floyd, here from Proctor, Arkansas. Alright, we're going to give everybody a few minutes, and then we're going to do a question and answer thing on Trap Talk today. Don't ask me questions about oils, because I don't know. Mama's not here. Dave Jeffrey said, I just got a bow. Good for you, brother. Practice, 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 practice. And then practice some more. You always got to practice with your bow. Silence on a YouTube live stream. But I'm taking a drink. So, today is Thursday. One more week, one more day till it's Friday. No, I didn't see it. But Jano's got a cricket trap. Dude, that's just crazy. I haven't even been home today to check out any video, so Bob's got a homestead. Teresa Dean said Mama isn't going to jail. Dragon Salon 101 says buy a lot of arrows. Thank you, Kitty putting up the email address. If you guys need traps, you can order them through me. More likely be able to get you a better price than anywhere else. So, alright, we're about 5-6 minutes in. Got about 19-20 people rolling up and in and out of here. And so let's get started. Alright, this week we were going to have Ricky Wallace from Wallace Knife Works and Knife Works in Homestead, I think how he said. I don't know. Been a rough day. But we were not able to get him set up where we can do the Google Hangouts thing. So Kitty tried to help him. She worked with him for probably 45 minutes to an hour, and wasn't able to get it. So he's going to try to get his son to get it hooked up for him. And so next week we're going to be talking about Ricky Wallace's trapper's kit with his knives. If you haven't seen that video yet of that kit that he's putting together, then by all means please go on over to his channel, and if Kitty could put up the link to his channel, check it out. This trapping season come up will be my second year using Ricky's knives, his beaver knife, his skinning knife, his fleshing knife, and hands down the best knives I have ever used as a professional trapper and as an amateur trapper, a guy doing it just for fun. Can't say enough about it, but we'll talk more and we'll show you comparison the knives, Ricky's knives, and the ones that are supposedly the best on the market right now that you can order from other trapping supply companies. And you can order those traps from me, but I'm trying to work a deal with Ricky that you can also order his knives from us also. So unfortunately didn't really have anything prepared as a backup, so I figured, you know what, we'll back up and we'll punt with the good old questions and answer session. So if you guys have any trapping related questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. Make sure they're in all caps so that way I can see them, and I will do my best to answer them. And if I can't answer them, then I will have you email me and I will find the answer to those, because there's some critters that I just haven't really had the chance to trap yet. Jason, have you had to resharpen any of Ricky's knives yet? And the answer to that question is no. I skinned with his beaver knife, which is now known as the Big Bear beaver knife. This bad boy right here, we skinned, my son and I, we skinned over 30 beaver last year with this bad boy. And he didn't get it to me until I guess it was about, the season was about 3/4 over. So I'm thinking that as long as I keep it greased and I don't hit it on concrete, or I don't just misuse it, if I use it properly, I don't think I will have to for a while. You know, I may have to run it on some steel to get those fingers to lay back together, but to sit down and have to sharpen it, I don't think I'm going to have to do it for a while. And to be honest with you, I think I'll see Ricky before then, and then I'll hand it to him and say, hey, sharpen this for me. Casey Phillips wants to know, how do I trap a rich husband? Cleavage. Lots and lots of cleavage, and you gotta cook. So while we're waiting on more. That's a good question. While we're waiting, see where my mind went. While we're waiting on some trapping questions, I want to remind everybody the Homesteaders of America's Conference in Virginia is about 3 weeks away. We'll only have 2 more trap talks before the conference. And then I might, because I will be en route to the conference on Thursday, we'll probably do one from the road or where we end up. So it depends on how Mama's feeling, is whether or not she wants to do one. So later, Dr. Purple, thanks for stopping by. And with that in mind, remember, we have put together a Homesteaders trapping kit where you can purchase this one kit and it will come ready to go. Ready to go to catch anything from a possum and a coon all the way to a canine or a big cat. Anything that could possibly get any of your livestock. Chickens, your lambs, your kids, your goats, your sheep, your calves, fawns. This one kit that we put together, your eggs that we put together, is basically your one-stop shop. You can put it in your shop somewhere, and then when you walk out into the morning, because here's the key thing about this kit. If you go out to your, let's just say your chicken coop, and you come out to a carcass that the breast has been eaten on, the head's gone, the neck's exposed, and a lot of the entrails have been pulled up through this, by the time you order a trap from me or anybody else, get it ready. And then set it. By the time you have all that done, that predator has probably already gone through your entire flock, or at least 3/4 of it. Now, you probably can run down to your local feed and seed and get a trap. But most of them don't carry a good quality trap. And the good quality trap means that when that critter steps on that pan, or he reaches into that coon cuff, and it doesn't hold him, or it breaks, or that animal's able to break it, and then you're like, well, I guess I better invest in a good one. And then you come to me, or you go to Minnesota Trapline or F&T, and you buy the real stuff, you're not going to catch him anyway, because that critter has now been educated. So you're going to have to stay out all night and then shoot him with 22. If you ever see him. Because he'll probably see you and smell you before you do. Before you see him. So keep that in mind. Also, when I get done with my book, if you buy the kit now, it's going to come with a free, well, the book's basically going to be included in this one kit. Let's see, Jason, are you planning on going after any coyotes or wolf this year? Dragon, I go after them every year. You gotta go after them hardcore, especially where I live. I have a lot of cattle farmers where I live, and the coyotes and the red wolves and some of the timber wolves that come down out of the mountains once in a blue moon, they're taking calves. Some of them are, if they get a big enough pack, especially with the coyotes, they may even go after a sick bull or heifer or cow. So I pretty much target them every year. In my state, trapping season opens up December 1st, and it runs to the last day in February. In some states, you'll get beaver opens up on this date, and it runs for 2 or 3 weeks. Then otter then yotes, then coons, then mink, then da 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 da. All fur barrels in my state open up on December 1st, and they run to the end. So I run a very shotgun approached trap line. I'll be in the swamp in the morning going after the muskrats, the beavers, the otters, anything that I can pull out of there, coons, possums, mink. By lunchtime, I'm up on the land in somebody's farm, and I'm going after the canines and cats. So, basically at the last day in November, when I am out all day, because I also hold a nuisance wildlife permit, so I can set on November 30, the last day in November. I'm out all day setting. I've already started scouting. I know in some areas where I'm going to put coon sets, beaver sets, skunk sets, all that. So, but definitely yes. Now, I absolutely love beaver trapping more than anything in the world, because we eat the beaver and I get the fur and the fat's good to use, and but nothing gets my heart pumping and my adrenaline flowing when I'm walking up to one of my sets and I hear that chain rattling and there's a big coyote or a red wolf or something like that in there. I do the dance when I catch one of them. How often do you catch big cats in your area? Not very often. And most of the reason why is deer hunters and coon hunters. A coon dog will tree a bobcat just as fast as he'll tree a coon, and they just shoot him. So a lot of the cats around here don't get very large. Now, like the one on the thumbnail, that cat got very large because he ate at my buffet. I thought I was getting nailed by foxes because I had fox tracks everywhere, and I was setting for canines, and I kept losing chickens. And so then I started putting coon cuffs and stuff out, and it wasn't until I seen him coming across the pasture that I was like, oh, you dirty dog. Because he was taking a path that well, he wasn't leaving really any tracks, so he was just walking on a deer trail, and it was all mashed down grass and leaves and junk. So we switched a couple of those canine sets to cat sets, and lo and behold, come out one morning and there was the pretty cat in there. But they don't get that big. The average bobcat around here gets to be about anywhere from 25 pounds to 50 pounds. You know, if that. 50 pounds is pushing it. 25 pounds might even be pushing it. You know, but I mean they get nice size, but they're nothing like they are out west. They're not as nice as spotted as they are out west. So, you want to catch cats out west in the mountains in like New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, and that area out there. I've got a couple of buddies that went out there just to learn how to target cats better, and man, they had the time of their lives out there catching those big cats. But now I got a big one running around here on my place. I should have stuck him. I saw him bow hunting last year. He went across the dam, and then he came up pretty close to my stand, but I was like, See, that's one of the issues that some trappers have. They'll be in their deer stand, deer hunting, and they get to looking out, and then their mind switches off of deer hunting for a little while, and they start looking at, ooh, well, there's a good place to set for coyotes or cat. There's a good place to set for this. There's a good place to set for that. And then when a bobcat walks by or a coyote walks by and they're watching it, they go through a mental dilemma. Do I want to shoot this one or stick it? Or, yep, I'm definitely setting in this area. And 9 times out of 10 with me, I always let it walk when I'm in a deer stand, but I come back and put steel in the ground. Dragon wants to know, can you explain the difference between a canine trap and a big cat trap? There's nothing really different about the trap, but it's how you go about making the set. Now, the set is what it's called when you put your trap in the ground and you make like a dirt hole or a flat set, and how you bait it and how you lure it. And basically the only difference, because there's a couple of major differences with your canines, your foxes, your coyotes, and your wolves. You've got a thing called guide sticks that you use, and you place the guide sticks, like if the pan of the trap was like right here, okay, you would put guide sticks out like that, because they won't step on the stick, and that lures them to come in and boop, step on the pan. Okay, now depending on what animal you're targeting is how, what they call open or tight, you put your guide sticks. With cats, I don't even use guide sticks with cats, because cats are extremely cautious. And guide sticks seem to kind of spook them off. With foxes, I make it kind of tight. Coyotes is a little bit open. And so that's one of the differences between canines and cats. Another big difference is eye attractant. You want more eye attractant with cats than you do with canines. You really want to make that cat just interested. You got to catch his attention with his eyes. A lot of guys will dangle feathers from a branch, so that way it blows in the wind and it'll move. A lot of guys use shiny stuff. Definitely white rabbit fur is a big one. And then you want to have for either one of them, you want to have a good stinky lure, but you want to have the type of lure that is more specific for those, like a cat. And they make bobcat lures and coyote lures and wolf lures and fox lures. And then you just want to bait it with what they're looking for. And with your canines, you're doing more of a mouse, ground squirrel kind of thing. With cats, you're using everything from mice and rats and rabbit chunks and quail chunks and chicken chunks. You're doing a lot of stuff like that. When I set a cat trap, I'm putting feathers all over the place. I'm using a food lure that's a mixture of mice and some of my quail. When I have quail that they just died, and so I don't know what killed them, so I stick them in a Ziploc bag and I freeze them, and I wait till trapping season gets close, and then I just throw everybody in a grinder. Mice, rats, just throw them through this one. I have a specific grinder just for trapping. And just toss everything in there and it mixes it up. Put a little glycerin in there so it doesn't spoil. We let it spoil a little, get a little rancid so it gets a smell to it, and then you put some glycerin to it, and that way it'll stop the spoiling process. And then you just put a big old tablespoon in like the dirt hole, and you make the dirt hole set. You can use dirt hole sets and flat sets and step down sets and walk through sets for both canines and cats. But the major thing with cats is eye attractant, eye attractant, eye attractant. They go more with their eyes than they do with their nose. Where like a yote is more likely to be using his nose more than his eyes. And so that's about the only difference. The trap is the same. Like I use the Minnesota brand, the MB550s for both my canines and my cats. It's a big enough trap. It holds both of them. Now if I was going to go further up north and I was going to target some of the bigger wolves, I would switch to the MB650 or the 750. It depends on what state I am and what's the law on the jaw spray. But other than that, it's the same trap. It's just a different way of making the set. Same sets, dirt hole, flat, step down. They're all the same sets, but it's different ways of making those sets. You follow what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So I hope that answered your question. So I'm going to talk about the conference and some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing at the conference. And we are super excited about the conference. We're going to have t-shirts, ball caps, hoodies. I think Mom's even got some stickers. Of course, I think Robin's got some soaps that she's going to be making. I'm not 100% sure. She's going to have her oils stuff there. She's going to, and of course, we're going to have all the trapping stuff there. Now, when it comes to the trapping stuff at the conference, we're going to make a special for the conference. We're probably not going to charge shipping if you buy any of the kits or any of the traps at the conference if we don't have it there. Like if I sell out of all my dog proof traps, the coon cuffs, and you want some coon cuffs, I won't charge you shipping. It would be my bad that I sold out. So we won't charge you shipping. We'll order it and have it shipped straight to your place. It won't even come to me. I think I'm able to do that. But yeah, we're super excited about that. I'm going to be doing lots and lots of demos. And what I mean by demos is I was just talking about making a flat set, making a dirt hole set, making a step down set. I'm going to have a station outside, weather permitting, where I'm going to be able to do a hands-on kind of thing and make these sets and let you guys see me make them, and my ways of making them. And I'm going to talk about a few little tricks that I have up my sleeve that I am not going to include in the book or in any videos that I do. This is strictly tricks at the conference. So if you're able to make the conference and you want to learn some of these tricks, because sometimes you come up to a smart critter. He's an old boar coon. He's old for a reason. Or the alpha male in a coyote pack, he's the alpha for a reason. And so I got some tricks in my little toolbox that I'm going to share specifically at the conference. So you definitely, if you can make the conference, you definitely want to do that. And so I'll be doing that kind of stuff throughout the day. I will not be doing any demos when Joel Salatin is talking. I want to listen to him. I want to listen to him teach. So that's probably going to be one of the few times that I'm not talking. I may, if there's a lull in the crowd around us with the demos and Doug and Stacy is on, then I'm going to go, they're another one that I want to go see them speak. I want to dip on over to a couple of other people and check out some of their demos too, but if you guys want more demos and stuff from me, then I am more than able and willing to stick around and do those demos. So start coming up with your questions. You only got a couple of weeks. Come up with those questions. Come up with good hard questions for me at the conference, and put it out there. I'm going to talk with Mama. I may even put it out there that if anybody that's a subscriber to our channel and wants, if they come up to us at the conference and can give me a question that I can't answer, I may just give you a free trap. Dun dun dun. So there's my beautiful bride in the chat box. She's supposed to be milking cows right now. But how's it going there, honey? So somebody asked earlier, Robin, how do you trap a rich husband? And my answer was cleavage. That's how you got me, was cleavage. Lots and lots of cleavage. No, Robin was my best friend before we even started dating. Yes, he was. See, me and her were like peas and carrots. So, how many of you guys, by a show of hands, how many of you guys are interested in that Homestead trapping kit? I want to see if the interest is even there, or if I'm just wasting my time and don't smoke. Nobody's really paying me attention. So by a show of hands, do I need to come get you? I'll leave right now. I'll leave YouTube on. Just poof. I'll just take off and let everybody look at the whiteboard. Let them chat amongst themselves. Okay, David Jeffries and are you guys talking about the? Let me go do the emoji of the hands up, guys, if you are interested in the Homestead trapping kit. That way I know exactly when you saying I am or I do. Can you please just do the emoji of the hands up? I cleaned it just for you, honey. Okay, what all traps are included? Dragon wants to know. Okay, there is a total of do we have the number written down, honey? Yes, right here. Okay, what traps are... This is everything that is in our Homestead Trappers Kit. We're thinking about calling it the catch-all box, but I'm probably going to rename it to go along with the book. You're getting 3 dog-proof traps, 3 MB550s, 6 T-Rex rat traps, 12 T-Rex mice traps. You're getting the stake driver, stakes, a shifter, what they call a 3-in-1 tool. It is swivels will be connected onto the traps. You'll get bait, lure, a kneeling pad, and a bunch of other stuff. You'll get some glue boards, baits, and gloves. You're going to get some gloves. Now, a lot of this stuff, you're going to be like, where's it at in the box? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to put it all together and have the traps ready to go. Like, your traps will already be dyed and waxed. They'll already have the anchors connected. They'll already have the swivels on them. They'll already be what they call, well, with the MB550s, they're already what they call night latched. They're already offset, laminated, and base plated with the big D-ring. All of that's going to be done for you guys. When you guys purchase this kit, it's literally put your gloves on, grab your trap, go out to the problem area, and put the trap in the ground. You'll have your lures, your baits. In my book, I'm going to include some of my own personal recipes for different coon baits, possum baits, skunk baits, mice, rats, snakes. There's going to be directions on how to make a snake trap, because you can make that with a pizza box. That's going to be included in this kit. And it doesn't sound like that's a lot, but once you start thinking about, I'm already connecting the swivels, I'm already dyeing and waxing the traps, I'm already putting your anchor system on the trap, I'm already making sure it's night latched, I'm already making sure it's base plated. The hard part of it is getting them dyed and waxed for you. That's just the time consuming part. And then your lures and your baits. A lot of folks don't know what the T-Rex trap is. This is the rat trap that I personally claims to be the best on the market out there. It's this bad boy. Bam, bam, side view, bam, under view. Okay, very easy to set. They're very what's the word, durable. I've used these inside, outside, in attics, in crawl spaces, around chicken coops, everywhere. Very easy to set. They're great traps. We've all tried the Victor wooden traps where you've got to peel it back, hold the metal bar down, and then bring the other metal bar up and get it to balance on that one little thing. But these bad boys, it is just like that. Trap is set. Okay? Now, also, remember with those old wooden traps and your Victor traps, whether it has the you got to put your bait on the trigger. Okay, with these guys, okay, if you look right here, okay, which is right there. Okay, hold on. Okay, which is right there. That cup, watch. What did he just do? It's a bait cup. Okay? Bam! And it just goes right in that little hole. Hello! Hello! Okay? So then you can bait this, and then there's no trying to balance the bait on the trigger. There's no trying to hope that the peanut butter based bait will stay there. You just fill your cup up with your bait. in there, put it back in there, okay? Put it back in there, lock it in, and you're good to go. Then you can just squeeze it open, slide it to where you want it to go, okay? Mouse traps is the same way. Like right now, because a lot of they're getting ready to start putting in canola and some bunch of winter rye and stuff, so they're bush hogging a lot around us. The big commercial guys are, and so we got mice right now, and so we got T-Rex mouse traps all over the house, and you can hear them. They go ba-ding, ba-ding. They don't really go ba-ding, but they go snap, snap, snap. But the ones in the one closet, they go ba-ding because when they snap, they come up and they hit the one wire shelf. That's why I said ba-ding. But it's killing them, knocking them dead. We've caught the big honking, what a lot of folks call the wolf rat, or but basically it's the Norway rat, the one that's in the tunnels in New York. It's the rat that's most popular. It's the most commercialized rat out there. You see a picture of a rat, 9 times out of 10 it's a Norway rat. Though this mamma jamma puts them in their place. Hammer time. I had the big Norway rats in my shop, and they were chewing through my fur before I figured out that they were doing it, because they were chewing on the bottom stacks of fur. And then Blaze spent the night out up in his loft one night and come running in the house because he said there were some huge stinking rats out there. Well, we stuck a couple of these and we'd put them right there on the ledge, and they would, and then this trap and the rat would be on the ground. He'd be graveyard dead. And so, but yes, Kitty, this is a rat trap. Yes. And it's the best on the market as far as I'm concerned. There's no trap out there that convinced me otherwise. That's a safer trap to set for anybody. Okay? Not just me, not just you, but I would let Ledessa set that trap. I've let Ledessa set that trap. That's how safe that trap is compared to your traditional style rat trap. Okay? So you're going to have like 6 of those bad boys in there, that size. And then the mouse trap, same design, it's just a little bit smaller. You're going to have 12 in those. Now, why am I including those? Yeah, and see, a lot of folks, when the old style rat trap, that's a good point there, wonderful blessed life. A lot of folks, they would catch that rat, and because it's the bar, they're not gonna, I mean most dudes do, but a lot of you females, you aren't gonna do that. You're not gonna reach around that bar and pull that bar back and then dump that rat in the trap. No, with these mamma jammas, this trap right here is probably called 100 rats. With these mamma jammas, all you do is you pick it up from the backside, rats dangling here, right? You go over to the trash can, you grab back here and you go whoop, dunk, into the trash can he goes. Then you come under here, you pull your bait cup up, check up, still got bait in it, or oop, let me top it off, stick it back in here, squeeze in the backside again, bam, trap is set. You've never had to touch this kill area. So I know a lot of you ladies kind of freak out about stuff like that. Oh no, don't touch it. Well, with that trap you ain't got to. Now, the reason why that we're including those traps is because of chickens. Mice and rats target chickens. Now, can a mouse take out a chicken? No. But he can aggravate the snot out of your chicken to where it stresses them out and they stop laying. Mice are notorious for going up and pulling down feathers and snatching them and taking off and making their nest with them. That's going to stress your chicken out. Your chicken's going to be like, I'm not laying, I'm stressed out. Every time I go to sit down on a nest, somebody's goosing me. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Well, bam, set your mouse traps. Now, boom, let's move up to the rat, right? What's he doing? Well, he can do the same thing. He'll be plucking feathers, right? But he's also taking eggs. He don't care. Hello, Templeton. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Taking that. He doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Bam. Plus, chicks. You little baby chicks? That's just a chicken McNugget for a rat. Just saying. Plus, here's the thing. Okay, when you're talking predator control. As a homesteader, as predators, we're just a buffet. Okay? We're just a buffet. Because we got lambs, we got kids, we got calves, we got chickens, we got eggs, we got vegetables, we got fruits, we got all kinds of things that we're trying to grow and raise so we can consume them. Right? Well, Ricky Raccoon, or Templeton the Rat, or Mickey the Mouse, or Wile E. Coyote. You know, I don't know any famous bobcats or mice or wolves. Got the big bad wolf, but anyway, they're like, oh, let's go over to the Big Bear Homestead buffet tonight. It's all you can eat chicken with a side of eggs, right? Let's follow, if you can, follow this crazy train right here. Okay? You're raising chickens. You're raising them in a coop. You got a small flock. You're getting about 6, 8 eggs a day, right? Okay? Well, some mice came along. Somebody threw out a vacuum cleaner box that had mice in them from the Home Depot. Okay? Because mice live in an area of 10 by 30 feet. They're not packing up and going anywhere unless they get forced out. Okay? So your chicken coop falls in that 10 by 30 foot area. Okay, he threw his box out that had a mouse in it. It lands in an area that's in the 10 by 30 foot radius of your chicken coop. Okay? Well, she needs to make a new home. So she's come running over to your chicken coop and she's plucking feathers. Okay? And she made a little nest. And she got herself a little boyfriend because she moved into the neighborhood and all the boy mice were like, hey, what's going on? They go in there and start talking to her, and next thing you know, they start kicking it. And bam. Little mouse love going on. And you got Mises. Okay? Well, they're pooping and peeing all over the place. Right? So who can smell or taste that urine or the mouse poop? Well, the ones that eat them: coyotes, foxes, bobcats, snakes. So, a snake can detect mouse urine or mouse droppings from a quarter of a mile away. Fun fact. Because snake's out there slithering, minding his own business, right? He's always flicking that tongue, right? Well, he's flicking that tongue because in the roof of his mouth, he's got what they call a Jacobson's gland. And in that's where he knows where his food is. He can taste the air. And so he's like, ooh, let's go on over there to Kitty's homestead. I'm starting to taste some signs of what sounds like some Mickeys, or some Danger Mouse, or some Mighty Mouse, or some other kind of mouse. So he slithers on over there, and whoop, whoop. The mouse has built a sophisticated house at your place, but as he's slithering in and he's getting close to the mouse house, he notices a sign in the front yard that says this mouse has a security system off his nest. Okay, so the mouse knew the snake was coming before the snake even knew where he was at, right? But Mr. Snake is hungry. So what's he gonna go after? Oh, look, your favorite hen just hatched out 10 biddies. Whoop-ow! Okay? So, not only is this, the snake originally came to get the mouse, but now he has found your place and he's picking eggs and he's taking biddies. But it doesn't stop there, does it? No. What's high in the sky flying around? Oh, look! It's Mr. Owl or Mr. Hawk that was going after the mice and stuff that were moving at night, but he, woo, what's this? Oh, it's a chicken. So, the owl swoops down, big honking barn owl swoops down, Kakuga, flippity floppity flippity floppity, he goes off with Ferdinand, your favorite laying hen. So now you got a raptor problem. So then he pulls Ferdinand out of the hutch, out of your coop, lays over there. He's eating Ferdinand, minding his own business, being the wise old owl that he is, minding his own business, right? And he's eating the chicken. It's like a KFC buffet for him. He don't care. He's eating the chicken. And out come the woods, from the little brush of woods that you got by your house, is a fox. He's like, I smelled the blood. What you eating? So then he goes after the owl. The owl flies off to protect himself and leaves the chicken behind, and then the fox gets your chicken, and then it's like, wait a minute, there's more chickens over there. And he goes over there and he's eating your chickens. All because of a mouse. See how the domino effect goes? I tell everybody, look, every animal in the food chain follows its food source. Even humans did. No, you're not allowed to trap hawks and owls. They're part of the raptor family, but you are permitted to put up different types of deterrents, and I talk about that. But in the book will be ways for you to be able to put up deterrents in your area. I show in my in the Predator Control in the Homestead video about raptors. I show a scarecrow that my son looked up and built, and it worked phenomenally. That was during the Great Raptor Attack of 2015 or 2016. I can't remember. Anyway, so that's why I'm including those T-Rex, rat, and mice traps. The sifter is for your flat sets, your dirt hole sets, basically for your cats, canines. Some coons, depends on what you're going to use it for, but you're not going to be using the sifter with the dog-proof traps. The reason why I'm doing the dog-proof traps and not a #1 coral spring or a #2 coral spring or any type of foothold trap for coons is because most of us as homesteaders, we have the family cat or we have the family dog. Apollo is ours. Or you have a livestock dog that just, he failed you this time. Okay? He was probably busy out running off the coyotes and Ricky Raccoon came in and got the chicken. Okay? These dog-proof traps is what they're called. They are designed specifically to be target specific. That will, they will catch your possums and your coons. I've heard folks catching skunks in there, but mostly it's the critters that can grab. So they'll reach in there and grab, bam. Okay? So that's why we're including those. Your kneeling pad is to help you with scent control. That's more for your canines and your cats. you've got to be very scent cautious. That's why the gloves are in there. Now, the very first, that kit that I was talking about that listed all of that stuff. Okay, the price for that kit, I'm surprised none of y'all even asked yet. The price for that kit is $300. Okay, now you need to keep in mind of all the traps that you're getting with that, and that they're set up and ready to go. Okay, some of those traps that I've mentioned by themselves are anywhere from $12 to $25 a piece. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The 3-in-1 tool by itself is like 20 bucks, and we're discounting all of those things to be able to get it to that price. I wanted to try to keep it affordable to the best that we could, and give you basically the best bang for your dollar. So, and like I said, from now until after the last day of the convention, we are throwing our book in, my book that I'm writing in, with that price. After the convention, that price will include the book, but the price is going to go up. What I'm saying is I'm including the book in the kit, but I'm going to raise the price of the kit a little bit to see that. Just popping in to say hi. I can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you either. Wholesome Roots is going to be at the conference. Matter of fact, they got a little surprised that we're, just saying. Just saying. So now, trapping season, like I said, trapping season here starts December 1, but I'm already starting to prepare for trapping season, and we'll talk more about this after the conference, but I am going to have some awesome, no, not awesome, I'm going to have some legend, wait for it, dairy trapping videos right around Thanksgiving. It is going to be crazy. Surprise. Off the, well, hopefully they'll be on the chain. But super surprise. Y'all are gonna love it. We are going to probably, hopefully, maybe even, well, I'm not. After Thanksgiving, it's on when it comes to trapping on the Big Bear Homestead channel, at least for like 2 weeks. So, just saying. So, be thinking of some questions. More than likely, Robin's, what up, W5 Farms? In the holes? Where you been? More than likely, Robin's going to say yes. So, if you're going to the conference, and if you are, if you can ask me a question about a critter and I don't know, I legitimately do not know, I'll give you a free trap. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, so I'm going to give it a few minutes because there's a halfway decent lag here tonight, so I'm going to give it a few minutes and to see if there's any last minute questions, and then I'm going to call it a night, and then I'm going to go back up to the dairy and see what they got going on up there. I've been right here, man. We do shows on Thursday night, we do shows on Saturday night, and we do shows on Sunday night now. Mama changed her oils class. A muffin top. I never heard of a muffin top. You trying to make a joke. bed is all right. It's still beautiful. Still beautiful. Every now and then I'll get a little dizzy, but it's less and less each day. I gotta go to the VA tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. But it'll be good. I didn't say a free kit, Teresa. I said a free trap. Duh. And you have to do it at the convention. And there's no critter called a muffin top. It has to be legitimate. You can't say, do you trap a Sasquatch? How do you trap a Sasquatch? Or how do you trap a Wookiee? Come on now. It's gotta be legitimate. You can't be using slang words that, oh well that's just what we call it in the hills of Kentucky. We just call. Never heard of an animal called a muffin top. That just must be in Virginia. And I spent my summers in Mouth of Wilson, Virginia, in the Blue Ridge Mountains up there, and I never heard of one. See, one day at a time. Hello, sir. Or ma'am. Okay, guys, well. I'm gonna have to tell Jano you said that Andy's backyard and shop. So, Andy, did you get a message from my wife answering your question yet? I think she was supposed to email you. I'm just wondering if you got it. So, but anyway, well, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. And I gotta go take the trailer off my truck and get back up there with them. Help them finish milking. And so we will be back Saturday to give you guys a week recap, let you know more things about the conference that's coming up, all the stuff that we're going to have up there, and blah blah blah. And then Sunday is Mom's Oils class. Don't miss that one either. That's when you get to give away all kinds of free stuff. So, you guys, remember, be kind to one another. You don't know what the other person is going through. So be kind to one another. Try to say kind words to each other, not to say mean words. Sign language is okay. And also, do your part to help save this planet. Recycle something, reuse it. repurpose it, do something. Make the world a better place. Make it a cleaner place. If you see somebody throwing some paper out of their car, pick it up, put it back in their car. That's what I do when Robin's not around. So, you guys, thanks for coming by. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We love you, and we will see you guys on